contracts in place or operations in place. Some of these contractors were good. Some of them were not getting the job done. So you had a major hazard on barrier islands in Pinellas, Manatee, and Sarasota County. So this weekend, I authorized mandated 24/7 debris removal. We took all the Florida Department of Transportation and other agency vehicles, brought them from all across the state, and they are engaged in other missions as their normal course of business, and dedicated it to debris removal. So in a little over 48 hours, and they were working all through the night in the wee hours of the morning in places like Manatee, Sarasota, and Pinellas. They were able to remove 55,000 cubic yards of debris. So that's over 3,000 truckloads of debris. And it's our estimation that on those barrier islands, they were able to make a dent in the debris and reduce it by about 50% just from what Jared Perdue and the other agencies were able to get done. So I want to thank everybody that's been involved in that. It did not stop since this weekend. We're now in a position where it's likely the conditions are going to deteriorate. And so we're going to have to wind that down. But they did make a difference, and there will be less damage from this storm as a result of getting that debris out than there otherwise would have been.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I wanted to start with that and show what actual true leadership in a time of crisis looks like. And in anticipating Team DeSantis saying, Viva, how can you compliment Governor DeSantis and not that I supported anybody for the presidency, but I believed it could only be Trump. How can you do that, Viva? To which I can say DeSantis is hands down the best governor in America, period, full stop. It needs to be Trump this time around for this election for a number of reasons, which I've elucidated multiple times over the past. And two things can be true at once. DeSantis can be the most phenomenal, soothing, calming governor in the world, in America, and it should still be Trump that needs to be president. Those things can be true at the same time. Who's the idiot mayor out of Tampa Bay who comes out and says, if you stay, you will die, in a CNN interview? I put that one up yesterday. Let me see if I can find that. I figured, by the way, everybody, it's going to be a slow and short stream because it's been a slow news day, given that all the news of the day, at least as far as I have heard, is about Hurricane Milton. And so, there's been other stuff. I did an episode with the Unusual Suspects, and if you didn't see it, I think it's one of the best episodes that I've ever participated in, if I may say so myself. I did that and then came back, packed up furniture, took care of some stuff, made sure that we are ready. Let me see here. Is this this is the one I want to show. So, I haven't been able to follow the news to the extent that there has been any, other than Kamala Harris's continued train wreck of a media blitz. But I wanted to give everybody the update. We're all good over on the east coast of Florida. We had the sporadic tornado warning this afternoon, although we didn't get the warning. The internet is amazing. And I don't want to call them amateur meteorologists. We're going to talk about this for a bit. But the people out there that are covering this, and people that would be called non-professionals, who are more insightful and provide more up to the minute where the tornadoes are landing information, it's mind-blowing. And so I discovered a couple of these channels, and I was listening to them as my kid and I were trying to fly a kite at one point. Where are these 17 tornadoes on the east side landing? Oh, they're up at Okeechobee. That's fine. That's a little north of us. Oh, they're down a little further south of us. It's an amazing thing. Like you go outside and you see the sky behaves a lot like the ocean. And so you get out there and you see the sky swirling in real time. Swirling like it's not that the clouds are just going in one direction. They're sort of going, and you understand what's going on. And it's terrifying in a way that it could be a cataclysmic hurricane that itself, the cataclysmic hurricane over the Gulf, is birthing random tornadoes on the east coast of the Florida peninsula. And you're living through it. It's like we are but specks. We are but ants on this land that has been afforded to us. And when Mother Nature comes in and says, Yeah, I think I'm going to go destroy this place. That's it. That's how it happens. And so I'm looking at the sky and seeing, okay, it's swirling. And, at any given point in time, it can swirl and then turn into a tornado. As I'm listening to these amateur but very professional meteorologists explain this. And it's surreal to know we're on the east side. I'll show you the flight path, the path of destruction of Milton here. This is now, I think, one of the more current projections. I mean, it seems that the Rumble studio and the Rumble office out on Longboat Key is going to be in the direct line of fire, and they barely cleaned up, or they barely had time to clean up since the last one. Can't really see it here. This is Miami, so we're about in this area. We're in Palm Beach County. And so as this tornado, the hurricane, is barreling towards shore, and I'm watching all of these analysts explain how it works, and it's amazing that the energy of the hurricane right now is directed at the swirling over the Gulf Coast part here. And so as it spins, it's just like there's low air pressure systems that are going on the East Coast, and there were 17 tornadoes or tornadoes touching down, tornado warnings on the East Coast. And it's wild. So this is the projected path, and we're somewhere about here thus far. Touch wood. We'll be fine here. I'm talking to the locals, talking to the gatekeeper as I come through our gates, and it's a guy. He kind of he reminds me of Adam Johnson, the lecturer guy, long hair, mustache, and I'm like, dude, you guys staying in? He's like, well, we're gonna work until 11, and then we'll be gone. And I'm like, hurricane. He's like, this is Florida, rock and roll. I'm like, that you love it. You understand why Florida has the spirit that it has, why Floridians have the spirit that they have. And it's wild, it's beautiful, it's inspiring, it's a little terrifying, but at the end of the day, tornado comes, you duck in the bathroom, you go in a room that doesn't have glass, doesn't have windows, and you hunker down, and you put your head between your legs, and you, as the old expression goes, you kiss your butt, and you hope that, you don't kiss your butt goodbye, but you kiss your butt and pray for the best. I'm going to take a lot of chat here because I'm not hiding anything. I really, we'll talk about some fun stuff, but I just wanted to give everybody the heads up that we're alive. We're well. We're not in the real danger zone. I do plan on, driving around, not looking for trouble, but looking for people who might be in trouble. We've got a car full of gas, a lot of clearance. Don't have to worry about certain things. We're not in the danger zone. It's the Gulf Coast where it's really, really pounding. But it's funny, like it's hitting, it's making landfall right now on the west coast of the peninsula of Florida. Let me see here. I don't want to play just outright people's channels, and appropriate their hard work. Is this it right here? This is Reed Timmer. The dude's, if I may say, the dude's effing nuts. That's very loud. This guy's, I dare say, if I'm channeling my mother, he's looking for trouble. So they're now documenting the storm surge. I'm having a martini.
The eye is just starting to get on the shore.
So they're saying now the eye is just about to get on the shore. I'm going to give everybody the link to the channel because I'm not interested in usurping their hard work here. These guys are nuts. Okay, they're nuts, and in a way, I'm kind of jealous that they have the freedom to be that nuts. But they're tracking it. Let me give everybody the link. In fact, I probably should have made sure that we're live across all of the various channels of the interwebs. We should be live on Rumble. We're live on Rumble. Very good. Link to Reed, because I'm going to play you a video that he did, and we're live on CommieTube. Are we live on CommieTube? So we've got our hurricane plan down in case we get another warning like the last time. But we are fortunate, and in a way that kind of makes you feel guilty. Like I've been offering our place to everybody I know who might have to evacuate from the West Coast, and everybody's faring. Do you imagine like St. Petersburg has a population of 250,000, basically totally evacuated, 250,000 people evacuated. Tampa, the greater Tampa area, I think is over 2 million. And I was sitting here thinking like, okay, it's people who can evacuate. Then you've got like elderly people who live alone, and who the hell is looking after these people? Who's helping them with this? And I don't panic, and I'm not panicking. There's no but to that. But the constant text messages from friends and family, we're praying for you. It's like, dude, first of all, don't pray for me. I don't think we need the prayer. When you say that you're praying for me, it makes me think that we might need prayers. Who else thinks that Storm Chaser would be a cool gig, says Sophia Agape in our vivabarneslaw.locals.com community. Dude, if I weren't a father of 3, I would be doing it. I was with my kid and we're like, I was like, let's go drive around. Let's just go. Maybe we'll go get a cup of coffee somewhere. Maybe we'll drive up to Loxahatchee. Maybe if we see a tornado, we see a tornado. But then you can't do that. You're a father. You can't put your kids at unnecessary risk. You have to take care of your kids. You have an obligation that now is generational beyond yourself. You cannot do the stupid things that you would do and have so much fun doing them if you didn't have kids. So in that way, I guess kids are a little bit of an insurance policy to make sure you don't do anything stupid. The Red says, yeah, it's cool until you die. but hear me out here. What a way to go. I mean, if you've got to go like riding the nuclear bomb as it detonates, like in Doctor Strangelove, that is the way to go. Although not the way to go because you're killing a lot of other people at the same time. But riding a nuclear bomb as it falls to its target, that's one way to go. That is it's also quick once you get to the bottom. So we're sitting here. We're all good, and I just wanted to let everybody know that we're good. It's a short stream, and that Barnes is going live with a bourbon with Barnes at 9:00, and I'm not going to step on his toes or overlap with him, but we'll segue into that. We'll go from Viva to Barnes, vivabarneslaw.locals.com. But there's been some fun stuff today, and there's been some news as relates to the hurricane. So where it's at right now, let me just see. I've got to show you some stuff because it's wild. And I lost my train of thought when I was going to say this is not how you deliver a message. Let's hear Governor DeSantis reassuring you that he's doing everything he can, taking care of things, calm, cool, collected. And then you get the mayor of Tampa. I'm not, you accuse me of being a misogynist. I'm not saying she's hysterical or panic inducing because she's a woman, but she's a woman and she's panic inducing. I'm not making that connection whatsoever. So I'm just getting ahead of the naysayers out there who are going to call me a misogynist. I am attacking the mayor of Tampa on substance, form, and delivery and nothing else. DeSantis, calm, cool, collected, solution-oriented. The Tampa mayor, you're going to die. You stay, you're going to die. Oh, yeah. Listen to this.
What would you say to people tonight who are saying, you know what, I'm going to ride this out. I've ridden others out. What would you say to people who aren't heeding those evacuation orders?
Oh, plus she's on CNN.
Well, I can tell you right now that they may have done that in others. There's never been one like this. And this, Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Wow.
Wow. Look.
I mean,
first of all, the Caitlin Cullen looks like an alien, and the mayor, I don't know what her name is, looks like Elizabeth Warren. So, I mean, and she's on CNN. Good for you. You go on CNN to whip up everyone who's already panicking and evacuating, FYI, mayor. You whip them up into a frenzied panic, and everybody who's sitting there saying, F you, I don't believe a word you have to say. Well, they're sitting there saying, F you, I don't believe a word you have to say, because right now you sound a whole hell of a lot like Joe Biden when he said, if you don't get the vaccine, the jibby jab, you're in for a winter of death for you and your friends and family. And I'm not saying that those two are analogous. I'm just saying that because she's an idiot in her delivery and her platform for delivery, people will equate the two. I do believe that if you choose to stay in the evacuation zone, and we're going to see some videos of the storm surge, and it's unsurvivable is what it is. And that's probably the way to deliver it. Look, can't force you to do anything. If you choose to stay, it's going to be unsurvivable. And we cannot come to get you by the time you realize that it's unsurvivable. That's how I would deliver it. I've never been accused of being calm, cool, and collected. FYI. Let's just play this out here.
That is an incredibly blunt message. And I know you have a lot of experience dealing with these storms. You don't say something like that lightly, Mayor.
I've never said that.
What would you say?
You've never said that because it's not something that should ever be said. That's not how you deliver the message, even if you're firmly convinced that it's true. If you stay, you're going to die. hyperbolic to the point where a lot of people, especially the ones who are not inclined to leave, are going to say, you're just lying to me like everybody else does. Did I go to the bottom of this here? Let's go here.
Wow. I mean, that is an incredibly blunt message. And I know you have a lot of experience dealing with these storms. You don't say something like that lightly, Mayor.
I've never said that.
You appreciate that it's like a double whammy of stupidity, because she says something hyperbolic, overdramatic, hysterical on a propaganda network, and the people who listen to that propaganda network, they're already panicking. So congratulations, you've made them buy another roll of toilet paper. Hopefully it's not scented. And then you say something stupid, which is going to be hyperbolic and over the top to anybody who already doesn't believe you or your propagandist network, and they're going to stay. Unsurvivable. Get the hell out. It's only property. Hopefully you have insurance, and even if you don't, your life is not worth what? You're not going to be able to salvage anything. If you survive, you're not going to be able to save your property. If you die, you're not going to be able to save your property. So just go. Is how I might do it. Okay, look, I'm bringing this up because I believe we have a new subscriber whose name is Cocker Mom 47. Now, some of you might be thinking that I'm thinking this is a dirty name. I actually believe that this person is a mother of a Cocker Spaniel who is either 47 or was born in 1947. 1947, my dad was born roughly that age, would make them about 80. So I believe that this is a mother of a beloved Cocker Spaniel. Welcome to the channel, Cocker Mom 47, and our above average community. But you want to understand how unsurvivable it is, and you only realize. Trying to think of when I got into a situation and I'm like, oh yeah, my life is out of my hands right now. I remember the first time, it's happened more than once. It was when the Suburban that I was in was engaging in its first of many rolls down a highway, a dirt road. It wasn't really a highway, it was a dirt road, because I decided to show my friend how to fishtail, because back then Suburbans had rear wheel drive and you can fishtail. It was awesome. And then I lost control, hit a rock, and it started rolling multiple times. And I'm like, all right, my life is out of my hands right now. And so I'm looking at him through the window, and the car, whoa, and like, oh. You watch videos like this and you appreciate that it's out of your hands, and it's out of your hands quickly. And it's really only at that time when your life is out of your hands that you say, I probably should have stayed home. I probably should have listened to my wife. So this is the, I've been watching this all day on and off just to see the progression. This one is the pier from Naples. And ordinarily, the piers go out in the ocean. They jut out into the ocean, and they've got these wonderful live cams. They had one up at the Deerfield Pier, but that one was damaged from the last hurricane, and they still haven't fixed it. Ordinarily, the waves crash directly, perpendicularly to the, if you can see my thing here, like they crash perpendicularly to the pier. Ordinarily, this would be hustling and bustling with people, maybe some fishing, who knows? The ocean, because of the churning of the hurricane, is blowing the water up north and basically turning the ocean into an active river. Look at there's no audio. And by the way, everyone, right there, Trump, look at this. When I was watching this earlier in the day, there were people like wakeboarding or skimboarding on the water because the water was behind that staircase. I'm pointing like you. Oh, you can't see me. The water was behind the staircase. It was a little like river here. The ocean has turned into a river. And even on the east side, every now and again, it just gets wild. And you go in it and you swim and you float. And then you get out of the water and you're like 100 feet from where you put your stuff on the beach. This is deathly. You fall in that, you're in that, it sucks you out, you're done. And you realize, holy crab apples, I'm a grain of sand in the ocean of God. That was earlier today, and we'll see what it looks like now. I think it's going to be too dark to see now, but what else do we have? We'll get into some substantive fun stuff, and I'm going to mostly focus on chat here. The storm surge hitting. Oh yeah, this is from Tim Reed. This is from the channel. It was the Reed Timmer channel. Look at this, by the way. Reed Timmer commented on it. They're in a car, and this is the storm surge. Now, the storm surge is like a mini tsunami. It comes up very slowly, but it comes up and it destroys everything in its path, and there's nothing you can do about it. Storm surge coming up from the ocean. Just look where I am right here with my cursor. There's a fish that gets stuck in a chain link fence.
I want to go around.
Here, watch it. That's the ocean, and this road is going to be under 7 to 12 feet of water by the end of this storm.
There we go.
I don't know what transaction happened there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here, look on the right. Look on the right. Right there. There you go. Right there.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the fish.
That's a record.
What kind of fish is that? A mackerel? This is the channel Reed Timmer. Dude, it's incredible. I feel bad for the fish. I would have gotten out of the car and unclogged that fish from the chain link fence. And then I might have died doing it. The news would be tomorrow morning, a stupid ass YouTuber dies, Rumbler, YouTuber, oh my God, slap me. Dummy dies, basically, is what it would be. Dummy dies trying to save fish. Oh, what else do we have? Let me go back to the chat here. Oh, the truck was lighting the shot, rolling on the floor. LOL. That is from Paracleric. So we've got a big badass red Bronco. In fact, I've called her Barb because she's a badass red Bronco. BARB. So we've got backlighting, we've got front lighting, we've got 37 inches of clearance. And dude, if I didn't have kids and I were reckless, man, I would be there, and I would be there right up until the moment where they say, holy shit, we can't get out now because the roads are covered and I don't know where the hell I'm going. And then you're either calling for help and putting other people's lives at risk to come and save your dumbass, or you die. And you only live once and you only die once. Unless you're really bad, in which case you die multiple times. And you burn in hell. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself for the other subject matter here. We got PH Joy says, and you would have eaten that fish if you caught it. Don't lie, Viva. Absolutely. Well, if the fish were dead. When I was going for a jog not long ago, and there was a dead. Well, it was within the last 2 years. There was a dead iguana in a chain link fence because obviously the iguana got spooked, tried to sneak through the fence, and got stuck and died. I would have saved it. And if I couldn't save it, I would have eaten it 100%. Would have cleaned it, gutted it, and eaten it. Because no animal should die in vain, although nothing in nature goes to waste. We got Barb. No, so it's fantastic. It's wild. One of our neighbors said this is not even that bad of a storm where we are. And he said jokingly, you should have gotten a bigger one for your initiation. But it's wild. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see here. The Viva Fry screen grab. No, we're going to get into some other stuff in a second. Hold on. There was one other video that I wanted to show of the hurricane itself. This one looks like it. No, that's not it. Oh, it doesn't matter. If I may go back to the hurricane, I don't want to siphon any traffic from their hard work. I only want to credit it. And so I won't play more than I have to. These guys are nuts.
Out here.
I'm jealous.
I taste the foam. Yeah, it might be like root beer, so just lap it up into my face.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Yeah. I a little bit.
Always keeping it check. See how high the water is.
I feel like the dad who's like, this is freedom, but the freedom to actually die doing something wildly stupid. When it covers the roads, you have no idea where you are or where you're going. I guess they got the street signs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Freddie can't even stand.
Is that lightning or is that no? Okay, I'm looking at that right there. And so these guys are going to be awesome. They're going to be doing this all night.
Here we go. We're getting into it, guys. We're getting into it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's strong. That is rocking the car. Was it an American flag?
Oh, okay. So now look over here.
Was it an actual flag?
I can't zoom in on Sarasota.
City,
so this is land. This is the coast right here.
Oh. Was
the
it
hurricane
actual?
now
It
seems to
wasn't
be
actual
generating
flag,
its
guys.
energy.
Did it for America.
I need a freaking.
You know what? I can't pretend to understand what the hell's going on here.
I mean, we have.
Yeah, just empty one of those bags.
All right, I'll give everybody the link. I don't want to play their stuff and steal their stuff. Go check it out because holy heck. Is this Reed Timmer stream? Hold on. Is that the Reed Timmer stream? Hold on. That is the Reed Timmer stream. I give everybody the link in Rumble. Let me give the link in CommieTube. Link here. And let me give everyone the link in vivabarneslaw.locals.com. I'm going to go to that chat in a second here. So I think that's what I had for the storm. People are going to lose everything they have, which is a very bizarre thing to think about. Like you leave your home, you have to evacuate, wartime, natural disaster, whatever, and you appreciate you're coming back to nothing. And I was talking with my daughter, like, what do you leave with? The obvious answers are everything living, except for your mollies or your guppies. Those are good fish. When the fish tank falls over and breaks, those guppies will have a good life in the Everglades. I'm not taking those turtles. We have 3 small turtles. Fish life, turtle life, not coming. Winston and Pudge, they're coming. Where are they? They're in a dirty bed. They're coming. Kids are coming. Photos. I think I've digitized most of our photos. Valuables. Yeah. And things to document. Well, they're here somewhere. I got the battery chargers, the GoPros, the phones, and that's it. And then you get the hell out and you realize that people are going to come back to nothing, and you're going to hope that they have insurance that covers everything, most things, or enough things. And others are going to come back to total devastation, total loss of every material object they had on this earth. And it's tabula rasa. Like literally, they come back to a foundation where their house used to be. And you have to digest that. Viva Fry, did you hear from Allison Morrill? She's in the Florida West Coast in that area. Hope she's all right. I can tell you what I've heard without divulging anything private. Allison, I was texting them this morning. They are one of the people who I said, you guys, I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care how many goats you have. Bring the goats and come to our place if you need it. Adam Johnson, lectern guy, I don't know if he's in the path. They're not in the path of evacuation. They're in the path of striking. I mean, this will strike basically all of Florida except the far north and the far south. They're fine. Lynn Westover, her husband, is a military strategist. He's, between the two of them, they're going to be fine to the extent that the flooding from the land and the tidal surge or the ocean surge doesn't flood. For it to be catastrophic, it's got to be flooding over 8 feet inland, and they're far enough inland. Adam Johnson, lectern guy, he's doing good. Rumble, Sarasota, they're gonna, dude, they're on Longboat Keys. I mean, that place, we'll see what it looks like tomorrow morning. So they're good. If I have any bad news, I will share it. If I share nothing, it's good news, and they're faring it, and they're gonna plow through this. But yeah, I've been in touch with all of them. Here's the link to the live cam showing 4 locations. Let's see what this one looks like. That is from Will's mom on. Can I do it like this? Yeah, let me see here. Milton Path, we've already seen that, so I can do this. Let me just get past the ad, and then we're going to bring this up. Yeah, the problem with a lot of these cams is they've got water on the freaking camera, so it makes it very difficult to see. See, the thing is also this. It really doesn't look that bad until you're dealing with heavy gusts of winds or prospective tornadoes. All right, so I'm going to keep that up in the backdrop. That's from our locals community live stream events. But go to Tim Reed. It's amazing. I'm going to put that on mute so I don't hear it. All right, but now we can get into some fun stuff. I guess we're gonna pick a little fun. No. Before we even get there, Marion, the dog's scratching at the door. Flipping dog. There was discussion, or there is discussion, as to how these hurricanes are going to impact elections. And I know that I brought up the article on whether or not this is going to impact elections. I wanted to bring that up for a public service announcement, and I seem to have gotten rid of that. Hold on one second. Google. Florida election hurricane. Hold on. There was some. Here's how the hurricanes force changes to Florida's election law. Boston Globe. I hate them. Doesn't matter. We're going to deal with it. Okay, here it is. But a bit. No, thank you, sir. We're going to go here and do this. One more step. I'm not a robot, although, oh, for goodness sake, let me find another one. Holy hell, the storm surge is coming up fast. The storm surge is not so much like a tsunami as like a slow rising. No. We're going to, you know what? Forget you. Forget you, clown. We're going to go back to here. Look at this. And no, they're stupid. You're stupid. I love what you're doing. I hope these people have an exhaust that is not whatever. Okay.
Tampa St. Petersburg's getting ripped.
Yeah, somebody said, drive to Tampa, grow some balls, please.
Really?
Yeah, that's what somebody said in the chat, bro.
Okay, buddy.
Bro, dude, first of all, if I hear the word bro ever again, I'll lose it. Hold on. This is from Hurricane Aftermath could change the rule. Okay, here. How the aftermath of hurricanes Helen and Milton might change the election in Florida and North Carolina. Let's hear what they have to say here. In between Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance. Oh, mother effers, you sons of bitches, pieces of crap, independent. You deserve to go bankrupt. And when you do, I don't relish in the misery of others, but I will not shed a tear. Their campaign called out North Carolina to expand voter access in areas where hurricane hit this. Okay, fine. Chris Lasivita and Susie Wiles called on Governor Cooper. Let's just hear. They also asked to be able to dispatch a bipartisan team of election officials to assist with requesting. This is not the article that I wanted to see. My, these sons of bitches. They have to preface their propaganda with lies. 4 hours, 2 hours. No. Here we go. This is the Star Tribune is what I wanted to get to. With Florida still recovering from Hurricane Helene, some state and local officials are bracing for more disruptions, yada, yada, yada. With Florida recovering from, okay, we got that part. That was part of the headline. DeSantis has already granted counties hardest hit by Helene greater flexibility in distributing mail-in ballots and changing polling sites for in-person voting. Further changes might be necessary. So it's amazing. Now the Dems are going to get upset with mail-in balloting. Just wait for it. It's got a long history. Florida's got a long history of hurricanes and making election accommodations because of them. This year, some voter advocacy groups are pushing for a judge to reopen Florida voter registration period, arguing that people may have missed their chance to register because they were preoccupied by hurricanes. All right. Well, I don't see much information there, and I can't get out of there either way. It doesn't matter. All right. So we'll stay on track for that, and Barnes and I will talk about it on Sunday, and he might even talk about it in 28 minutes on vivabarneslaw.locals.coms. Let me see something here. Okay, I gotta max expand my screen and then go to here. Pin. Viva. Bourbon with Barnes is on tonight. You're gonna stick around? I'm gonna eat some food. I'll be there in the chat. I will not be there on screen, but I will be there. And we got that was from Clout. And then we got Lily in America. Viva Fry. Look at what I got off Amazon today for $20. Unfortunately, it's not very tapered at the waist and doesn't have your logo. Of course. Did you buy this off? I'm not saying this. It's a politics ruins everything. Yeah, we don't have that trademarked, and it's impossible to keep track of other sites, but whatever. Wear it, tag me in a picture on social media, and I will retweet it. All right, let's get to a little bit of the fun stuff because we do have to talk about some fun stuff. When I tell you that hatred is a consuming force, there is nobody on earth who is better exemplifying this right now than Donald Trump's niece, Mary Trump. Here, Mary Trump, look at that. Look at that face. And I'm not making fun of anybody because they're ugly. People are ugly because of their soul and not because of their skin. And I want you to understand that. People are ugly and they're also superficial. And what's the word I'm looking at? Oh, she changed her profile picture. Well, good for her. People are ugly not because of what they look like, but because of who they are. Make it a quote. Hold on. I actually have to go make that a quote before some bastard. Hold on. I've lost everything. No, here. I'm here. Someone's gonna get to Twitter before I can actually do this. People are ugly, not because of what they look like, but because of who they are. Make it a quote. Yes, I don't even know if that's how it works. People are ugly not because of what they look like, but because of who they are. Well, on that note, let's bring her back in here. Mary L. Trump. Watch this. Listen.
Quick reminder.
Quick reminder. Thanks, Mary. Let's get a quick reminder from you as to what's going on with your uncle.
Just a quick reminder that Donald Trump is currently awaiting sentencing after having been convicted on 34 felony counts in a New York courtroom.
Say the line.
Out on bail.
Say the line, Bart. 34 felony convictions.
In 3 other jurisdictions. The fact that the Republican Party made him their nominee to be president of the United States is objectively insane.
Objectively insane. Are you sanity shaming people? Are you stigmatizing mental illness? You objectively insane, ugly sack of sack of hatred. Sack of hatred.
But it's worse than that.
Tell me,
so
please.
much worse than that.
Go on.
Given everything I just said, almost half of American voters still seem to think that this criminal, who again is awaiting sentencing and out on bail in 3 jurisdictions, is a viable option to be president of the United States and the leader of the free world.
He will be married. Can we just see something here? Because she looks like she's doing very well. Can we look at her backdrop?
Just a quick reminder.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Was that
Donald Trump is currently awaiting sentencing after having been convicted on 34 years. Still criminal, who again bail is a viable option to be president of the United States and the leader of the free world.
Is that it? That was what you had to say? You awful, evil, inspired, demonic, satanic. All right, good for you. Thank you. We have disregarded you. You're done for the night. Yeah, good for her. She's okay. Speaking of idiots who cannot help themselves, despite other good-natured and good faith people trying to help them, there are a number of idiots who are posting their ballots to Twitter, and I only know this because I experienced it by having fact-checked someone else earlier. People are posting their ballots to the internet. And I've lived through this where, oh, dude, don't take pictures of yourselves at the voting booths and don't take pictures of your ballots. And someone else did it earlier today. And the person was, we're not going to get to see it because they deleted it. And this person, doesn't matter who it was, AdDefFed or whatever the hell, they post a picture of their ballot. And I just go click on their profile and it seems that they're in Florida. And then when I tell you I can be an asshole and I sometimes get immoral pleasure in being an asshole. Like you could say it's illegal to display your ballot in Florida, FYI, you dumbass piece of crap who represents very well and accurately reflects the average intelligence level of a Kamala Harris supporter because her ballot obviously had Kamala Harris. I could have said it that way. And then I deleted that entire part of the side and I said, it's illegal to display your ballot in Florida, FYI. They swiftly apparently deleted their tweet. And then the mother effers, like you try to help them. You try to protect them from themselves. And this is how they thank you. I get blocked by the person who posted their ballot onto Twitter thinking they were, publishing an own. Oh my goodness, this is how bad Trump is. I'm voting for Kamala. Oh my goodness, this is how dumb you are. You're voting for Kamala, and you didn't realize it's illegal in the state of Florida to show your ballot. What does it say here? It's illegal in Florida for any voter to allow, quote, his or her ballot to be seen by any person, end quote. When you post it to Twitter, you dumbass, you are allowing it to be viewed not by any person, but by every person. And I was non-judgmental. I was very polite. I just said, it's illegal to post it in Florida, FYI. And the mother effer blocks me after this. You try to help them. You try to protect them from themselves. And they're like, no. I like to be that lemming jumping off that cliff. Don't tell me not to do it. Who are you to get in the way of me and my destiny? Enjoy your destiny. They're not the only ones to do it, though. Hold on. What was the other one? Okay. There was a woman who I couldn't tell if it was parody or reality, but I went through her Twitter feed and it was reality, who posted this. Her name is Dana, whatever the hell her name is. Donna Goldberg, DG Comedy. P.S. Spoiler. She ain't funny. She posts, someone please tell me that this disgusting sociopathic piece of shit isn't smiling for a photo op holding a hostage photo from the October 7th attack. Please tell me this is fake. My blood is boiling. I can tell you whether or not your blood is boiling. Your blood is not boiling up in that cerebral portion of your body. It might be boiling somewhere else. And I did not mean anything dirty by that. I just meant anywhere but your non-functioning brain. And this is the picture. I'd like everyone to take a long, hard look at this picture. That is Donald Trump smiling, wearing a kippah on his head, which I understand offends a lot of people on the internet. I'm saying that non-judgmentally. You know, I can appreciate people who are offended by Trump or anybody wearing a religious garb of another religion. I can understand it. I may or may not agree with it, but I can understand it. If you zoom in real close, like, okay, like I'm no mathematician. Can I zoom in any closer? I can't. You'll notice that the kidnapped picture looks a lot like the kid, because this kid was kidnapped, and I guess he was released, saved, whatever. So you have Trump smiling next to the rescued hostage, who also is smiling. There's Ben Shapiro on the back and a couple of Black Hatters. And they're smiling. Yeah, Trump is smiling. I don't know what hand he had in rescuing the kid. I presume the kid's happy for having been rescued from Hamas terrorists. And then you get some ignorant POS, or it's comedy. I'm not sure which one it is. It's Howard Stern-esque level comedy, if it's supposed to be comedy. Saying, someone please tell me this disgusting sociopath piece of shit isn't smiling. You know who else is smiling in that picture? Dana Goldberg, the rescued hostage. So I tried to help this person. I tried to, in a non-judgmental, no, this one might have been judgmental. let me see. Hold on. She deleted. Can we go down here? No, I was judgmental. I called her a dummy. The rescued hostage is standing right next to him, also smiling. You're not calling a rescued hostage from October 7 a piece of shit for smiling, are you? Because it really sounds like you are. You might want to delete this tweet. You might want to get help. There's judgmental sass in there. She deleted the tweet. How does she thank me? By blocking me. You try to help people who can't help themselves, and then they punish you. I'm not punished for being blocked. And then I still want to think it's a joke. I still want to think it's parody, like next level parody, because it says trans ally in her bio. There was some other stuff about looking up lesbian porn, and good for her for looking it up. I wanted to believe it might have been parody, but then she blocked me. And then I can safely conclude she's just an idiot, a mentally unhinged, mentally unwell idiot who cannot help herself despite the intervening factors of people who want to do nothing but good on this earth. And I am putting myself in that category. I want to do nothing but good on this earth. Even if I sometimes succumb to calling people shitheads, pieces of shit, motherfuckers, and whatever else that I might say on Twitter, I want to help people. They can't even help themselves. But when I said that she might have been like humor a la Howard Stern, I'm not playing the video of Howard Stern using the term smelly N-word. I'm not doing it because I've listened to a lot of Howard Stern over the years. Until Howard Stern comes out and confirms that that video is not deepfake, AI, whatever, I will be reluctant to share it. And I will approach it with the requisite degree of skepticism. What I will not approach with the requisite degree of skepticism is what I can see with my own flipping eyes, and that is Kamala. Look, she's so happy. Just so you understand, by the way, and this is the face of someone who has gotten through life succeeding based on physical attributes and not intellectual attributes. And I would say that with, it's the same thing that's true of men. There are some men who are just too good looking for their own good fortune. I have had the good fortune of not being any type of that person. No one will ever accuse me. If I succeed in life, no one will ever accuse me of succeeding in life as a result of my good looks, my tall stature. Maybe because I can run races fast, because I can. But this is the face of someone who has succeeded in life not because of her skill, but maybe because of her skill, but because of other skills that are not of the intellectual nature. Listen to this.
I think that, Howard, people ask me, like, what do you think is going on, and what is the tension here? What's at stake? And there are many things, and I can be much more articulate than what I'm going to say. But ultimately, I do believe that this is an election that is about strength versus weakness.
Yeah.
And weakness as projected by someone who puts himself in front of the American people.
He never asked what
and
you
does not
want.
have the strength to stand in defense of their needs, their dreams, their desires, the work that must happen to make sure that we are a secure nation, that we are
Have a border?
nurturing and protecting our alliances around the world, that we are supporting America's military, that we are fighting to bring the cost of living down for working families, that we are building businesses, building growth.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, if I were, I wouldn't say the F word. I apologize. What in the name of sweet holy hell are you talking about? I wanted to see what Drew Hernandez said in that tweet. Kamala Harris tells Howard Stern that Trump doesn't care about America's needs, yet she is only giving $750 to Hurricane Helene victims. Oh, no, they'll get more later. True. While giving $160 million to Lebanon, $160 million above the 175 that they've already given, in addition to the $200 billion to Ukraine. They should just name every city in America after a Ukrainian, Lebanese, Israeli, Europe. Name it after a foreign country. Like if you had Lvov, if you had Kyiv, North Carolina, $1 billion, because this idiot doesn't know where the hell one is versus the other. I wasn't going to do it, but Howard Stern is a piece of shit. He has descended into the realm of POS-edness and needs to be put on. Did I put this out?
By the way, I suppose, with this Harvey Weinstein thing in the news, of course, all over the news.
Yes.
The irony is we have a man in the White House who talked about grabbing pussies. There is an irony about all of this, is there not, George?
Well, it's a repetition, because
all your years involved with cock, you never hassled anybody or grabbed their cock.
You never grabbed anybody by the cock.
Yeah. Did you ever grab anyone by the cock against their will?
Oh no! Do you know what? You will never find video authentic. You might find AI. You'll never find video evidence of me grabbing a cock, me cheating on a spouse, my wife, or anybody with whom I'm involved in a relationship. Me doing needle drugs, cocaine, any form of psychotropic. Well, beyond the teen years, I've never done a needle drug or a psycho, whatever. These people are degenerates of the highest order. Oh, there we go. There we got it. We got it. Let's let this play out. Well, you did a good choice. Kamala Harris went on whatever the call her daddy, Howard Stern, and keep doing it, Kamala, please.
Well, they were different times.
Or something.
You never sexually harassed anyone.
Hey, boner.
Have you?
You've got such a beautiful
Oh
cock.
dear.
It's some people that are kind of
skittish,
right?
Or maybe
This
afraid.
is real, by the way.
And you're trying to persuade. But, you know,
do we need to call the police?
What are you saying,
Probably.
Howard?
What are you saying, George? In other words, they were taught, but you never held a job over someone if they didn't.
No,
give you
no,
cock.
no. I never did that.
Oh,
No,
I
no.
see.
Were
What did
these
you do?
That's
at
what this
work
is all about.
situations, though?
It's not about sex. It's about power.
Right.
I see.
It's about power.
But you didn't do this grabbing at work.
Oh, no. It wasn't at work.
Oh, good.
It was either in my home.
Oh, okay.
They came to my home.
Well, that was
Right.
an open invitation.
So what do you mean? Like there'd be some guy who was hesitating to have sex with you, and then you gave him a gentle squeeze on the balls or something?
We're done. I'll give everybody the link if you so choose to go watch that filth. You can. That's George Takei, by the way. The reason why I bring it up in particular is that you'll notice who the most prominent advocates for Kamala Harris are, and the most prominent, or I say the most vocal opponents of Donald Trump are. George Takei, if you don't follow him on Twitter, Mark Hamill, one of the Baldwin pieces of shit, I forget which one he is, and just look at all of these people and notice a trend. It's a very, very disgusting, a very, very dirty shit. So I just looked at one of the chats in our vivabarneslaw.locals.com community. They're disgusting, period. And they're moral degenerates, and they are now supporting the Howard Stern, not the Howard Stern, the Kamala Harris, and Howard Stern is among them right now. What's this? I had this up here. Oh, this is what I actually wanted to start. We'll cleanse the palate with this, people, and we'll end with the Howard Yang, and I'll get to some of the chat in a second, and then we're going to end by 9 o'clock for Barnes, Viva Barnes, not Viva. It's going to be Bourbon with Barnes. I wanted to start the show with this. We are not comparing equals here. We are not comparing similars here. This literally is a Kamala Harris. Trump, you have to deal with the elephant in the room. Yes, he's been divorced multiple times. He's probably, he's had whatever moral failings he's had as a human. And we've all had them because we're human. If you haven't had them, you're a liar. And if you're lying, you've had them. Trump was not running on the platform of moral supremacy in terms of fidelity and whatever, period. When you're electing a president, you're going for something different: policy, nation, and that idea. They want to make it a moral issue, and Kamala Harris wants to come in and say, "Well, Donald Trump is, he's multiple," or they all do it. He's divorced and he's been in for whatever. Okay, good. You do that, then I'm going to do it to you. Kamala Harris is a DEI hire who boned her way through her career to get to where she's at, stabbed in the back to get to where she's gotten. Her husband, Doug Emhoff, and if you've watched the episode of The Unusual Suspects, we'll get into more detail there and you've seen it, is a moral degenerate. He boned his nanny, allegedly, although they basically admitted to it. The issue is whether or not he had a role in her miscarrying or getting an abortion. He boned his nanny and got her pregnant. He's alleged, because it's a public event that people witnessed, to have struck a woman in the face, one of his girlfriends, in 2012 in Cannes at the film festival. And these mother effers want to come out and then judge Trump, who, for all of his personal failings, whatever they may be, on a professional, national, presidential level, was nothing but, he could have been better, but it was a success by all comparative measures. They want to do it? Let's do it. Doug Emhoff, Jen Psaki wants to tout this man as the new metric of masculinity and sex appeal, is a moral degenerate who boned his nanny while in a relationship and got her pregnant. And whatever that happened to that pregnancy is none of my business. These are degenerates. But you look at this man right now, a man who should be enjoying this part of his life on a golf course with his wife, playing golf. And I don't mean that in a demeaning way. I mean that in a merit-based way. And right now, what's he doing? Literally taking bullets for a country, literally trying to save it from its own destruction, much like that idiot Kamala Harris supporter, you try to save them from themselves, and like children, they will march into the pool without a life jacket. Like children, they will eat the pod, the Tide Pod, because they're idiots. And you want to compare Kamala Harris and that effing deep, I'm not swearing, I'm trying not to swear, Tampon Tim, liar, AWOLs, no balls walls to this man? You can go suck a lemon. When I say go suck a lemon, I mean nothing more vulgar and insulting than go suck a lemon. And you listen to this guy, and this is the man.
Over the last week, I have to, when we talk about funny or sad, I think it's more sad than funny.
Yeah.
He has one ability I don't have.
Yeah.
He sleeps. He can sleep. This guy goes on a beach and he lays down on one of those, 6 ounce, they weigh 6 ounces and he can't lift it. They're meant for children, young people, and old people to lift.
Yeah.
They're aluminum,
Deadpan comment.
Yeah. They weigh very little and he can't lift. And somebody convinced him he looks good in a bathing suit. And when you're 82, typically bathing suits aren't going to make you look great. You're not going to be enhanced.
Yeah.
Pause. Understand that this is self-deprecating right here. He is almost 80. He's not talking only about joy. A rational 80-year-old understands nobody wants to see the shriveled up, liver spotted, wrinkly, disgusting. Not disgusting. That's terrible. My parents are 80. Although I don't want to see them naked. Nobody wants to see the body of an 80-year-old person, and nobody who's 80 is going to think, dude, I'm going to go out in a bikini, and I'm going to rock the world. I'm going to go out in a Speedo, and I'm going to rock the world. Unless you're Chuck Norris, maybe Jane Fonda. There's a couple of 80-year-olds who I don't want to. All right, whatever. I'm sorry. This is self-deprecating. This is not only at Joe Biden. This is why he dresses in a suit, and he looks like a consummate professional at all times. People are going to accuse me of being a Trump fan and whatever a Trump said. I got the shoes. I got the hat. I've got the $2 bill. I don't support Trump because I'm an idolizing sycophant. This man is what the world needs right now, and the world is too dumb. I shouldn't say the world. A substantial portion of the world is too caught up in the lies to understand it. He's the hero. Not as like an individual doing it, as a movement, as a representation of fighting the system. And I appreciate everybody's problems with him wearing the kippah and maybe arguably putting other countries first. People are going to say he puts Israel first over America. I appreciate that. And like we're going to get into, whatever your qualms are, legitimate or not, because some of them are not and some of them are, you only have two choices. We'll get to that in a second.
All right. It's just one of those things. I can't be sure about that, but typically,
depends what he's packing. He could.
I don't know what the hell he's packing, but I don't want to. And I don't want to know. Either. I don't know.
Pause it. Andrew Schultz, may I ask what the heck? Get some pants that are longer. Get some socks that are better. I'm joking.
He has an ability to fall asleep while on camera. He can lie down on one of those things. Yeah. And in minutes, he's stone cold out.
How does he do
and
it?
he's got cameras because he's the president, so they have cameras on him.
Yeah.
And then they show him sleeping on the beach.
Yeah.
You'll never see me sleeping in front of camera.
How do we?
Oh, no. They tried to make believe that Trump was sleeping in front of the cameras. It was actually when he was praying. And I said that they were going to do it. But hold on. We're going to do this one quick one, by the way. When I said, hold on, I forgot why. I set up the segue and now I forgot the segue. Whatever, it's Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang put out a tweet, by the way. It says, I get the frustration. That's why. There's only two choices. By the way, understand what Andrew Yang is saying right here. Is he still running for anything? Entrepreneur, anti-poverty, human-centered economy, Yang gang. Okay. Andrew Yang puts out, I get the frustration. I just don't think Trump is the answer. To which I politely said, biatch. Thank you for your opinion. Trump is not the answer. Is your stupid opinion, Andrew Yang. The underlying fact to your stupid opinion is that Kamala is the problem. Thank you for freaking saying it, Andrew Yang. By the way, if I were more like Patrick Bet-David, if I were more like that CBS 60 Minutes journalist, I would woo Andrew Yang into my side. Like, Andrew, Sir, you understand that by saying you understand the frustration, but Trump is not the problem. You understand that the underlying premise of that conclusion is that Kamala is the problem? Or sorry, it was Trump is not the solution. You understand that when you say that, it presupposes, it's predicated on the fact that Kamala Harris or Joe Biden is the problem. Thank you. Sorry, are you going to vote for? But you know what's going to happen? Andrew Yang is going to vote for Donald Trump. I guarantee you. I would bet it so hard. If I could see what Andrew Yang puts down on that ballot, he is voting for Donald Trump. And I just want to bring it up because it's funny. Well, who cares what I say? I said, this is it. Let's make sure I don't bring up my DMs. It's like, Andrew, it's good. You don't think Donald Trump is the answer? I get the frustration at the problems. I just don't think. What did he say? I just don't think Trump is the answer. Dude, good. Thanks for your stupid, idiot opinion. You don't think Trump is the solution. Well, you've identified the problem, and it's Kamala Harris. And unfortunately, you only have two choices right now. You don't have a third-party choice. You know why, Andrew Yang? Because the third-party choice just joined forces with Donald Trump. So you don't think Trump is the solution? That's because you're dumb. But you've identified the problem because you have that much of a functioning brain left in your head that you can identify the problem, just not the solution. Congratulations, you're a 12-year-old kid. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wind this down to head on over to Viva Barnes, law.locals.com for bourbon with Barnes. If you're so inclined, I got Will's mom in the house. Sounds bad? I'm going to say it anyhow. Viva, here's a link to a great program for today where Dane describes how they have proof of weather manipulation, describes the mechanisms and the long history. I'll watch it with great interest. But I'm going to tell you this. It's my bias, and I'm going to be upfront with my bias. I don't believe it. I don't believe that this is actually weather manipulated as far as it goes with these particular Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. I don't believe it, but I'm open-minded. And maybe I don't believe it because I'm as stupid as I was back in 2020, 2021, when I didn't understand what spike protein was. And I can appreciate that. I'm just telling you that that's my premise that I will be approaching it from. I might be looking at it for answers for that particular reason. That's my bias, and I'm addressing my bias. It's an effing wild hurricane. The timing is indeed suspect, but that's what these are random things. We only have 12 months in the year, and there's only 4 months of a hurricane season. But I will watch it. I have it open in the backdrop, and I will definitively watch it. Let me just make sure that I did it. Florida. Hold on one second. Did I like a senile buffoon that I am? Here. Now I've got it definitively in the backdrop. Okay, got it. And that's from Redacted. Oh, Redacted. I love them. I've been on the channel. They're awesome. Bluxo or Bluxco says, stay safe, Viva. We are always safe until we're not. I will not do anything overtly stupid, but I reserve the right to push the limits. Okay, so that is my promise to you. We got Tell Mary Trump from our VivaBarnesLaw.locals.com. Tell Mary Trump that Republican Party didn't select Donald Trump. Republican voters did, unlike Kamala Harris, who was parachuted in by the Democratic Party. I could tell her anything. She's not going to listen. I could tell her she's about to drink or eat a burger of SHIT, and she won't listen. She'll eat it. And then she'll pretend she's not eating it because she doesn't want to admit that I was right. Clout, I just watched Donald John Trump on Flagrant. Great interview. He's so funny. And there's the link. I'm going to steal that one too. I have my kid watched Die Hard the other day. I waited until he was old enough where I didn't think he would get nightmares from Die Hard. And he loved it. And we were going to watch Die Hard too. And he's never going to fly again, which is fine with me because I'll drive everywhere. We got the CCO says, if Moses had seen that face, there'd be the 11th commandment. What would it be? Thou shalt not hate. And then we got Lily in America. So I got this one before. Let me see if I didn't miss anything over on the Rumble. I don't think I did. Hold on. I think I did. Because naked Viva calendar when Sad Wings Raging. I don't need to do a naked Viva. Someone else can do it for me. All that I tell you, if you do it, am I going to do it? I got 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, this side. You better keep the abs in it, and the abs and the small guns. So you know when I used to bowl, this is my right arm, this is my left arm. My right arm is and has always been 3/4 of an inch bigger than my left arm as a result of my bowling career. By career, I mean when I lived in Quebec City studying law and I had no friends and nothing to do, and I went bowling so much that I don't have my bowling thing here, but nearly bowled a 300 game on 2 separate occasions. Viva looking ripped the equal. I did my push-ups today. So this is the thing while you all slow. Let me see if Bourbon with Barnes is on yet. When it's on, we're going to get there. Let me see. Bread. I'm going to bring it up. I don't know if I can see there. Fapping arm. I happen to know what fapping means. And no Surrey Bob. Like, is everybody saying the same thing? You call it bullying. The masturbation jokes in the chat have now gone overboard. So Barnes is going to be going live soon. I want to just bring that up, but I don't want to kill the thing that I've got here. I want to leave that window up. Give me 1 second. So if I have electricity tomorrow, is Barnes live? Barnes is live, people? No, he's not. He's not live yet. The stream will start soon. Okay, good. Barnes is not live yet. I'm going to give everybody the link. I will, if we have electricity tomorrow, I will be live. And if we don't, well, I'll go in with the phone and see what I can find. Go watch Bourbon with Barnes here, YouTube and Rumble. And what I'll do now is I'm going to read the chat until he's live. Live with Barnes here. You got it. Now, what I was going to do is go back to the bottom. I think, did I miss anything? No, this was good. This was fun, people. So we're fine. If you don't hear from me for 24 hours, it's impossible because you'll hear from my nagging mother. Like my mother will go on to Twitter like, "Where's my son? Where's my boy? He went fishing and I haven't." So the storm is now hitting the west coast on the peninsula. It should be making land. It should be coming over here tomorrow. We're still south and inland. And we might wake up with a tornado warning, and we'll see. Susie C in the house, who says, for the swearing, we got a swear jar, people. What else is going on? So that's it. That's it, people. Go check out The Unusual Suspects. It was a great episode. See, I could do a campaign on Rumble Studio, but I didn't check the box that says this stream contains a paid promotion on YouTube, so I shouldn't because I don't want to break any rules. Everybody out on the West Coast, stay safe. Life is worth more than any property. You worry about the property issues afterwards, and you stay alive to see another day. And that is it. Oh, I just saw someone said Polymarket, and let me just see one thing here. Go to predictit.com. I can only measure the aggregate markets of the predictions of the interwebs. I'm up over 10% now, which is not a big number, but it's the percentage that is reflecting of the markets. Kamala Harris needs to stay on this tour that she's doing. It's the best thing ever. She needs to keep talking, and she needs to keep talking loud. Lily America wants to stay safe. Viva will be praying for you. Don't pray for me. We don't need it. Pray for the people who need it. We're good. Blue Viking 4044 says, Viva, I wish you well. You're buffering really bad. I got to go watch Barnes. Okay, so go watch Barnes, everybody. Can I see the... I can see the tipped questions on Bourbon with Barnes, but those are not mine, so Barnes will get to those. Let me make sure that I got to all the tipped questions for the swearing. That was from Susie C. Blutsko says, stay safe, Viva. Will's mom, we got Will's mom. We got I am Cam 55, Mary Trump. We got that one. Clout, just watched Donald Trump on Flagrant. It's amazing. The CCO, if Moses had seen the face, he'd be, we got the CCO, okay, I got everything and we're good there. If we go over to YouTube and just make sure. What is Barnes on now? Barnes is on Bourbon with Barnes, so he'll be live in a few seconds. He might actually be waiting for me to end. Everybody, I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'm gonna go watch a movie. I'm gonna go to bed, and then we're gonna wake up, and there'll be wind, there'll be stuff, there'll be some whatever, and people shall survive. I wanted to bring up one of Kamala Harris, using this as an opportunity to float her bullshit price gouging theories as to inflation. She's an idiot, and I just want her to keep talking until November. Fingers crossed. Godspeed. So I'll be live tomorrow, people, if we have electricity at some point. And Friday, a lot of geoengineering gling on the Jen McGregor. We are on our own gates. Want Tampa for 50. Oh, they want Tampa for 50 minutes. Smart cities, says Wheat Rose. Yeah, I know. I know the theory, and I don't blame anybody for believing it. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go walk the dog. The dogs have to get used to either peeing right outside the house where we have a little bit of an awning, or holding it in until the hurricane is over. So I will be providing updates. Go check out Barnes, Bourbon with Barnes at vivabarneslaw.locals.com. And we're good. Everybody stay safe, stay sane in as much as humanly possible. And thank you for the therapy, because I needed it today. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to end it everywhere. And the vivabarneslaw.locals.com after party will be at Bourbon with Barnes. And I'm going to try to tune in and chat and eat and watch Die Hard 2 with my kid. Peace, peeps. See you tomorrow.